Hi, Matthew. It's really nice meeting you. Thank you for taking this interview with us. Would you briefly introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Matyu Molich. I've come from Las Vegas, Nevada, and I've been in business for over 40 years in various businesses in the United States. I now facilitate Insight seminars and have the joy to act as chairman of the board of Insight.
Thank you. Are there any specific steps that a person could follow so that person can attract abundance?
Well, if you're talking about business,
In terms of business, yes.
yes, the first thing necessary is to have a vision of where you want to go. It's like in the Army, they don't say ready, fire, aim. They say ready, aim, fire. The aiming is a vision of where you want to go and basically how you want to get there. The second thing you need, along with your vision, is some passion. You got to want to do it. You got to have some passion for serving people or providing a service or the goods that you're interested in. And the third thing you need is action. Because the best plans and the best passion doesn't happen without plans. Now, in business, we generally talk about writing a business plan, which you give an idea of what you want to do, who you want to do it with, the type of commodities you're going to deal with, the competition, all the things about the business that you would be even seeking capital, whether you're going to borrow or sell stocks. You have to have this business plan for people to see what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. Along with that comes probably a 3 to 5 year plan on cash flow and a balance sheet and a profit and loss statement. So you can see that what you will need as startup capital, and then what you'll need till you reach a break-even point, and then what you need to do to pay back any loans or the capital you've accumulated. Without that, you're just aiming in the dark. So in terms of getting abundance, you have to have a plan, and you have to work the plan.
So it seems that it's pretty tied with planning. Everything is pretty much tied up with planning.
Everything is tied up with planning so that you can see which way you're going along the way. These things are never stagnant. They always alternate. It's like if you plan a trip by air from here to Rome, you have to know the direct course, and then you have things like wind, the weather, other traffic, so you're always adjusting that plan. In business, the same thing. It's never going to be exactly as you look because there are circumstances and factors which keep changing, and you have to adjust your planning to take those into account in order to produce the results that you want. In terms of people's abundance, it's a whole different story. When people think of abundance, they think, well, how much money, what do I have? And it's much more than that. Abundance, to me, is the statement that I have enough. Whether if I was a street person and I had something to cover myself with, a blanket, I would have enough. There is abundance in that. The other thing about abundance is not strictly limited to money. It encompasses a lot of other things. It's abundance in your people. See, what you've gathered around you in terms of friends, workers, mentors, anybody, they're really your assets because you can use them to think and plan and strategize. So people are really part of your assets, and however you're abundant in those group of people is also a measure of the abundance that you have. There are other areas of abundance, and we could talk about that for a long time, but there's abundance of health. Do you have enough? Is it supporting you? Are you taking care of yourself to the best of your ability? There's abundance in other areas of your life. So when you look at the term abundance and building it for yourself, it's more than what the ordinary person would think about it. It depends on what you're looking at for yourself and say, oh, I have some plans and dreams. Well, if you have written them down, that's part of your abundance. It goes into, becomes an asset of your schemes and your dreams. So it's a very big, broad area. The thing about abundance with your workers is not only their abundance and their ability to produce, it's like the idea that you take them, you train them, you support them, you give them the tools, and let them be. People ordinarily want to do the best thing. That's a given. Because in life we're taught, be good, do your best, that type of thing. So we assume that if you hire somebody, they want to succeed. They want to do their best. And if you give them the tools and the right training and let them do their thing without trying to overmanage them or micromanage them, they're more likely to produce better results. So that's my view on taking care of people.
Okay, thank you. And would you recommend any practical steps, practical advice, so we can start to see immediate results in our business, in our everyday life, in our personal life? And of course, like, where do we start? The most common question.
Well, for me, it goes back to some of the ground rules that we have in Insight, where it's, you have to take care of yourself so you can help take care of others. Taking care of yourself is not only a physical thing, but it's mentally and emotionally. And then it allows you to support yourself and others to the best capability, because you're not solely thinking about me. It's all about me. It's about the ability to take care of others. It's like when you ride an airplane, they say, put your mask on first and then take care of the people next to you. Well, that's it in business too. You have to take care of yourself and your workers and customers, and when everybody's taken care of, good things happen. I've been in business for 40 years, as I mentioned, and it to me was easy. You just make promises and keep them, and people throw money at you. It's just like, there's a lot of stuff, if you go to business school, they teach you, but in effect, just make a promise and keep it. And if you can do that, there's success.
So you mentioned on several occasions team, workers, colleagues, friends. So in terms of that, how our and even clients, you said, in terms of that, how do we stick? Like which principles do we stick to, so we can get to the desired abundance in terms of all that, clients, colleagues, workers?
Well, I touched upon it, called integrity, keeping your word, doing what you say you're going to do.
Yeah.
And that's not only for your clients and customers, that's for your people that work with you. They have to be able to rely on your word. And how do you keep your word? You promise what you can do, what your vision is, how you bring about things to happen. You don't tell people what they want to hear, you tell them the truth. And if the truth is, on a certain job I can't do that, or I can't do that for that money that you're offering. You had to be clear enough to them to say, okay, this is what can be. And the worst thing to do is give a person a bid, then somewhere in the middle of it say, oh, I need some more, I didn't figure this, I have to do this. It's down to trust. Can people trust you, or can't they? So it's about keeping your word.
Is there any connection, like in terms of abundance, our relationships with our close people and our relationships with clients? What's the mixture? Is it a game?
Basically, it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same game of here's who I am, here's what I have to offer, and here's what you can depend on. It's like when you be a certain way, that gives you the ability to do certain things. And when you can do a certain thing, you produce some results. So it's what who you be, or how you be, what you do, and then what you have. So it's like that's the formula. It's the being depends on all the characteristics that you have, all the training that you have, all your background, all your history, and all your integrity, whatever is there. And then it converts into, well, with that, what do I do? How do I produce results? Mm-hmm. And in the doing this, it's like operating in a way that's taking care of everybody involved in the thing. Management, workers, customers, clients, everybody. And then with that, there's results produced. And the results produced, you measure against your business plan and say, have I done this? What can I do a little better? How can I adjust it to make a better outcome for everybody? And that's the formula. It's not real difficult.
So in terms of abundance, then, do we say that it's really tied up with the personality itself? It all starts with the personality and with the personal characteristics, and then it spreads out to business, management, and everything else.
See, like personality is again with the being.
Yeah.
I'm being this way.
Yeah.
I'm being that way. This is how I am. And what I do is, I'll do business. So I make the businessman. If you're an artist, you do artwork. Whatever you are, it's out of who you be. And who you be comes from training yourself to have that type of personality and wisdom and experience and learning that gives you the opportunity to be better. You be better, then you do better. You do better, you produce better results. Be, do, have. Simple.
Thank you very much, Matthew.
Mm-hmm. Okay.